Guys, welcome to AA Ghana Limited. Today we are going to look at P1315, that is igniter faults in the car trouble code. As you can see, we have tried starting our car and it's not starting, and when it starts it dies off. So let's go straight to our OBD and check what this trouble code is showing, why our car is not starting, or our car when it starts it dies. Yes, so let's get right into it. We are going to use our Tinker OBD 500 to check this trouble code. Yes, okay, so as you can see, our OBD port is here. We are going to insert our OBD code into it to check the code. All right, so yeah, okay, so we go inside, we diagnose it to see the trouble code. Reading online, this problem will let the car to be hard starting, or when it starts it dies. So as you can see, our yellow code is on it, or our yellow lights, making sure that there's a pending TTC. So let's go to inside it. Okay, and we read the code. Okay, we select the car brand to know the code as Toyota. Yes, so as you can see, P1315 igniter circuit fault number 4. This means the fault is occurring on the cylinder 4. Yes, so I'm going to give you a brief about this code. This code is related to the coil unplug. This is where the igniter, what ignites the spark plug to help the combustion, is to have a fault. So when you start the car it dies. When you start the car it dies. Sometimes it will not even start. So this is the code. So when you are troubleshooting this code, it's either going to be the coil or something happening to the coil related to the wiring of the cord or wiring of the socket, making it have a contact with the coil that's causing it to have a problems. But for us to make sure it's not a wiring problem, basically I'm going to show you a trick to solve this easily. We are going to go inside the car and we are going to take the coil number 4 and shift it to coil number 1 or any other cylinder, and see if this is going to shift inside other coils or other cylinder. So it means if we remove the coil on cylinder 4 and shift it to cylinder 1, and after checking again this code moves to cylinder 1, then that's our fault. Our fault is the coil that's causing us to have a problem. So let's go and check and remove the coil on cylinder 4 and move it to the cylinder 1 and see if the problem is going to shift inside cylinder 1. Guys, so this is the cylinders. So this is a cylinder 1, cylinder 2, cylinder 3, cylinder 4, and this is the fourth one, where the OBD is telling us there is a fault with the igniter. So we are going to just remove this one, shift it to cylinder 1 and move cylinder 1 to cylinder 4 and see if the problem is going to shift, or the trouble code is going to shift from cylinder 4 to cylinder 1. There we can confirm that's our problem with the coil. So first we are going to clear the code that initially came. I'm going to clear the code so that you can see if the code is going to shift again. So we go into it. Okay, so we are going to erase the code. Okay, code is erased now. We have our green light, I mean no DTC. Let's try to read the code for confirmation. You see, vehicle has no fault code. Okay guys, so now let's start the car and see if the problem will shift. Okay, let's start it. Oh, the car dies again. Let's off it and start it again. car dies again. Okay guys, let's go and check the code. All right, let's go back, read the code, go back. We have to connect it again. You have to diagnose it and connect it again. So the car is dying again, starts and dies. So we are going to check if the code have shifted, and if it has, then our problem is solved. We're just going to get a new coil and replace it to the old one, and now we are good to go. We are good to be on the road again. So DTC has come again, as you can see. Then we press OK. OK to check the code. OK, we are going to select the car. That's the Toyota. And guys, see, igniter circuit fault number 1. That is right there. That's our problem. That's our problem. It's the coil. Now it has shifted from 4 to 1. That's it. So guys, that's our problem. We are just going to get a different coil, or a new coil, brand new one, and put it at cylinder 4. We are going to replace cylinder 1 coil back to it, and we get a new coil and put it at cylinder 4 and see if our problem is solved. Okay guys, so I'm going to get this sockets off. Remember, this is a bad coil because we move it from cylinder 4 to cylinder 1. So we are going to set that one aside. That's cylinder 1, the bad one, the bad coil. So we put that coil aside and we place cylinder 4 coil back to its own place. The good thing is I have another coil there handy. This is not a brand new one, this is a salvage yard one that I have there. So we are going to use that to replace the cylinder 4 and see if our problem is going to solve. Yes, so cylinder 1 coil back to its own place. We set the socket, we replace the screw, we tighten it because there is no problem there. Always hand tight it with your hand first before you can tighten it with the screw. This, and with this, please don't be tightening it hard. It's very fragile. These holes can strip easily. So when you are tightening the coil on 1ZZFE, be sure not to tighten it so hard. Okay, so this is the one that is handy. The one at salvage yard is working, is in working condition, and this is the one that have a fault. That's there, as you can see. So I'm going to replace the salvage yard with the one, the cylinder 4 that was having a problem. Then we close it up. As again, don't tighten it so much, otherwise you will trip the hole. This 1ZZFE engine's coil not have is easily to trip. So guys, we are good now. We have replaced the cylinder 4 coil. We are going to clear the check engine lights and see if our problem is solved. Let's go right into it. Okay, so we're back in the car. We are going to clear the code, the igniter that moved to cylinder 1, and see with our new igniter that we have replaced on the cylinder 4 if it's going to work now without problems. Yes, and that means when it works, then we are back on the road. There's no need of visiting the mechanic shop, auto shop, for them to charge you some few bucks, few dollars. You can do this right yourself. You can do this right yourself. So okay, we erase the code. Erase the code. Now we are good, guys. No DTC. So this is the moment of truth. We are going to see if our car will start and not die now. All right, guys. Guys, we are back on the road. Our car starts without problems. As you can see, it's not dying. It's not dying. There's no DTC, there's no check engine light.